The moment I touch someone's body, I can read their memories. Because of this ability, I was specially recruited by the government as a detective. After joining the police force, I pushed the case-solving rate to #1 nationwide. I became known as a superpowered detective and gained millions of followers. Even the cleaning lady at the station had a crush on me and wanted to introduce her beautiful daughter to me, but my methods were way too violent. Footage of me beating criminals was exposed by reporters and heavily attacked by the media. As a result, I was sent to the disciplinary committee to stop the scandal from spreading. My superiors had no choice but to suspend me for 2 months. Just as I was about to go home and rest, the cleaning lady suddenly came to find me. She knelt down and begged me to help find her daughter. It turned out her daughter went missing on the way home last night. She said her daughter was very well behaved and never stayed out overnight, but there was still no news about her, so something must have gone wrong. She desperately begged me to help, but I had already been suspended and had no right to investigate any cases. My colleagues also advised me to stay out of it, because if the leadership found out, I could be fired. But as she held on to me and begged, I read memories of her life with her daughter, so I still decided to help her find the girl. When my partner and I arrived near her home, we saw the major crimes unit already investigating the area, and among them was a colleague I had a very bad history with. So to steal information from them, I deliberately went up to greet him, trying to read his memories through a handshake, but when I reached out, he stopped me to get their information. I deliberately provoked him, and we started fighting, and through getting hit again and again, I managed to read his memories. After getting the case details, I quickly left the scene. Once in the car, I told my partner to drive to the hospital immediately and explained to him that from my colleague's memories, this was not a normal missing persons case, but a serial murder case. 2 girls had already been killed, and one surviving victim was being treated at the hospital. I had to get there and read her memories to obtain information about the killer and rescue the cleaning lady's daughter. Soon after, I changed into protective clothing and entered the girl's hospital room. But when I used my powers to enter her memories, all I saw were broken fragments. Because she suffered severe head trauma, her consciousness was extremely weak, so she could not show more details. While continuing to search, I vaguely noticed that in her memories, there was also a red pig. So I decided to investigate based on these 2 clues. But as I walked through the hospital lobby, I accidentally bumped into a man. In his memories, I saw him beating the girl in the hospital room. When he turned around and realized it was the superpowered detective, he knew he was exposed and immediately ran. I chased him like crazy, but when we reached the pedestrian street, I lost him in the crowd. So I took off my jacket and began scanning the memories of pedestrians. I kept touching people as I walked, because I needed to track his trail through them. That man. Finally, when I touched this old man, I found the direction the suspect escaped.